Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper, welcome back to the channel. What I really want to do here is take a couple of minutes to explain the test that I'm going to perform tonight once it becomes a little bit darker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this unit, this is the Predator 5000, and if you've watched some of my other videos, and if you haven't, I really encourage you to, I've done some testing having this hooked up to the transfer switch, having this run on propane to test the runtime. What I have not done is I have not hooked it up to the transfer switch and powered everything that I intend to during an emergency. So tonight, once it becomes dark, I want to hook this up. I want to power all the lights, power the fridge. I want to even try the heat. I want to try the computer, the internet, the television, phone chargers, basically everything that I'm going to use in an emergency. I want to simulate tonight. Because when I did the propane run test, what I did was I estimated using a space heater that I was going to be pulling about 1500 watts continuously, but that's an estimation. So tonight I want to actually plug this in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cable, and this is a TT30. This is what plugs in to the generator, to that 30 amp plug right here. Let's just open it up so you can see. So this plugs in right there, and then this converts right here to an L1430R, and then I'm going to use my generator cable, which, let me just grab it, which is right here, and I'm going to plug this into this end into that end right there, and then the other end, which is covered by the dust cover, I'm going to bring over here, and I'm going to plug it in to the generator inlet. And I'm going to run this off of propane, so I'm going to get slightly less running watts, but I'm going to test this out. I'm going to hook this up, get it up to speed, plug it into the transfer switch, throw the switch, and see if we can power everything, because I've gotten a lot of reviews, or not reviews, but questions and comments from people saying, can this power everything? I don't think this can power the whole house, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to actually test it. So just to be clear, this has a gauge, so this gauge will show us exactly what we're pulling. And yes, this cannot power 240 because this adapter cable is basically bridging both legs, but it's still single phase. So you're only going to get 120. You will not get 240. What you cannot power is a 240 dryer, a 240 water heater, a central air conditioner, an electric stove. You cannot power those items. But in my situation, I have a natural gas stove, I have an oil furnace, I have an electric dryer, so I will not be able to use that, but that's okay. And then I have a natural gas hot water heater. But again, in an emergency, you don't need all creature comforts. You need lights, you need some form of communication, maybe heat. For cooling, you can do a window AC, you can do box fans. For cooking, again, I have a gas stove, but you can use a toaster, you can use a microwave. You can't use all of those items at the same time, but you can cycle them. So let's come back as soon as it's dark. We're going to hook this up. We're going to throw the main breaker, and let's see how it performs. Hey guys, Outdoor Prepper. I'm back. It's nighttime now. I've got everything hooked up. So what I've done here is I've taken a little clip light, because we're going to lose the outside lights, because that is not on backup power. And I've just plugged the clip light in. Then I've taken this orange adapter, that's the TT 30 to the 4-prong twist lock. I've plugged that in. I've got my propane plugged in. And now I've got the cable routed over here to the transfer switch inlet box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the generator up. I'm going to let it come up to speed. Then I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to flip all the transfer switch circuits to generator from line. And then I'm going to start the heat as well. And we're going to come outside, take a look, see how everything's running, and see the actual wattage that it is pulling before the heat and during the heat. Because I calculated a rough continuous load of 1500 watts, not factoring in heat, but I do want to see and calculate what that actually is going to be. So let's start this up. Hopefully the test goes according to plan. It usually takes 2 attempts because you do have to purge the air from the line. Alright, so we are running. Let's just come over. Sorry about that. I just want to move the gauge. That's amps, and that's going to be our watts right there. So let's go down. Let's put this light on. And let's start flipping some circuits, and we'll see what we got. Okay guys, we're back. The main is off, so we're down here at the transfer switch panel. And what I'm going to do is just one at a time. I'm going to go from line to generator. I'm just going a little slowly here because I want to give the generator time to kind of catch up as the load comes on. So we are fully on generator power now. Let's try a light down here. Oh, you know I gotta hit the main light switch. Alright, we've got one light that came on. Let's try the light switch. Alright, we got more light out here. So let's go outside now. Let's see what we're pulling in terms of wattage. I've got the TVs on, I've got the lights on in the house, I've got pretty much everything on that I plan on using in an actual outage. We're pulling 700 and let's call it 750 watts. That's actually pretty good because I was considering that we were going to be pulling about 1500 watts continuous. We're actually half of that. Let's turn on the furnace now and see how that works. We're here at the furnace. I'm just going to raise it. Should hear a click. See how that works. I hear the furnace starting. Does it ignite? It just lit. So there is a giant fan because this is a hot air furnace. So the real question is going to be when the fan comes on, does the generator bog down? Is it able to handle the fan coming on? So let's go outside and let's see what our wattage is right now. And then we'll check the wattage again when the fan comes on. So remember, we were at 750 before the furnace came on. So we are now at about 890, let's say 900. So we're about 200 watts now with the furnace. Once the fan turns on, let's come back and see what we're pulling. Fan, I don't know if you could hear it. The fan has just turned on. The lights did not dim. Everything was actually pretty good. That was good. It was really good. Let's go outside and take a look again. And just to go over again, what we got running is all the lights inside the house, outside, with the exception of the rear spotlights. 2 TVs, the refrigerator, the furnace, phone chargers, and the computer, which is really what I expect to be using during an emergency. Okay, that fan really upped the power. We're at 2,265. So we are kind of, we're not at the limit. We've still got another extra 1,000 watts to go because we're on propane. And if we went over to gasoline, we'd have even more. So if you see down here in the green, 3,600 is our running watts of propane, 3,900 is our running watts of gasoline. So guys, I really hope this has helped you. For anyone that kind of doubted or wasn't sure, this is a real life test. the generator is powering the house right now. Again, all the lights, refrigerator, 2 TVs, the furnace with the blower, computers, internet, phone charger, everything pretty much is running that we would need, except the central air, dishwasher. We do not have electric, hot water, and a dryer this would not handle. Hope this is helpful. If you could do me a solid, like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.